If you love what we do, then please consider supporting CryptFail on Patreon. Your support helps us grow and to create more content more often. And now, on with the show.
So she's not, like, really, off the side of the ship looking out, with her hand up to her eyebrows, looking out going, with squinted eyes. She's more, the casual kind up on the, I don't know what you call it, side railing, the banister. Hanging off a rope, just swinging there, just often glancing over just to see if anyone's keeping an eye on the ship departing port.
So where's everyone on the ship? Because this is important.
I think, up on the deck where Alana was.
Okay.
Catalina's up on the bow.
Okay.
Hanging off a rope.
A rope or something?
Yep. What have we been doing recently?
We're getting ready to leave.
Okay.
Quietly. They've tried to be very subtle about it. Like, they've actually been... The ones in the rigging have been looking like they've been repairing the sails, but they've actually been slowly and gently untying half the ropes so that it'll be much faster to drop them.
Okay. Yeah. Fenric will be preparing meals in advance of mealtime, so that in case we have to eat quickly.
Okay.
And Wojack?
Which is you, so...
I'm just waiting for the opportune moment. Since we all had to do this in such a quick and furious escape, everything was just dumped into the storage bay. So I rounded up a few hapless bodies that were just milling about, and I went downstairs, and I have just tried to get some semblance of order in everything that was just chucked downstairs. So much for, well, I guess the captain said quick. So it's gonna take me a while just to sort things out and get things into some sort of order. I'll be here for a while.
Okay, so the one that hears it will be Catalina when they get to the front, and you can see that the instructions being passed along, and because where she is, she doesn't have to do anything, so she hears it, but they don't bother telling her because there's nothing she needs to do. But they're like, when he gets to the crow's nest and the sail falls, everyone drop theirs. And then they pass it to the next man, and then it goes down along the thing, it goes up. So they're all waiting for the very top sail to get dropped. And as it finally does drop, then the next one drops, and they're all waiting for that. And the ship starts to gather speed slowly and angle out of port. And you can see a larger vessel that is sitting deeper in the water on the far side. They suspected something was going on, but they've been taken a little bit by surprise, so they're going to be giving chase, but they're not going to be as quick getting out as they probably would have liked.
Okay.
and you clear the headman. Now, I am spending... How much hero points does everyone have?
Yeah, I mean, new scene makes sense. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure I only have one anyway. I am fairly certain.
Everyone has one.
Okay.
So, do you want to spend any or not? It's up to you. I did spend...
I'll spend
danger
mine.
point.
Mine is spent.
I'll spend mine.
I kind of want to do a fight scene, so I'm not going to spend mine.
Of course you do.
So that's 2.
Yeah, a fight would not go well for us.
I feel like
I'm
a fight
not-
wouldn't go well if they're like, what are we on, like a 24-gun ship?
They're
Yep.
bigger, they're bloodthirsty,
And-
they have a reputation.
And
Of killing everybody.
yeah, but
Yep.
how many guns do they have? Like 36 or something?
Yeah, pretty much double.
So they're like a heavy, 48. Well, so they're like a heavy frigate, then
Yep.
almost a man of war.
Almost. They're getting there.
And they like to kill
Yeah,
people.
that's something. That's
We don't really wish to
something
be
that we
killed.
do not wish to have chasing us.
And
Oh,
they
shoot,
do
accents.
they do get a lot of dice. The dice is based basically the ship is treated like a character, and it gets dice to roll, and it gets more dice to roll than your ship. So Wojack, what are you doing?
I am looking for an RP element. So, yes, I will spend the hero point because as we stack it, I am stacking it as I know how to stack it, with the weight evenly distributed, so the ship will cut through the water evenly and not
And our
have
ship is
drag.
Our ship is at 3.
Cool. All right. And after a day and a half, you see this large, mainly rock more than island, although there is a beach surrounding it. And as you start to curve next to it and broke sight with if the ship was following along that line, turn to the new heading of the Castilian port that you were heading to. And 2 days later, you will arrive, unless there's anything that you want to do on the ship during that time, in which case the scene is yours.
Yes, I want to have the scene. I will steal it from someone else. So, is everyone? He's throwing a city. Well, we got 2 days, so we can share the scene. But in the first day, as we are sailing across the sea and the sun is high, and the captain and the first mate are out, I'm guessing everyone else is in the scene, or where would everyone?
If you don't mind us there, then
I think
sure.
it'd be much better if you were.
Then I'll be there.
Okay. As you, in one of the during the day, in the afternoon, sun's coming down off the horizon, and we're sailing on open waters. Everything seems fine. Then out of nowhere, Wojack comes steaming up the stairs in a huff of anger, with a bruise on his head, storms up to the captain and goes, "Why do we have a witch on our ship? Why?"
I wonder which witch he is talking about now.
Which?
The little one.
Oh,
Both of them.
Alana! She is so sweet.
The
small little child.
Catalina?
No. No, the kid. The kid. You know, the one that we picked up. It was just
He
been
points
nothing
at
but
Catalina
trouble.
again.
Ah, not
How old
that
is Catalina?
one. The
Or
other
is that
one.
a secret?
Catalina's
Catalina
fuming.
doesn't leave things in front of me, so I trip over it. I swear, you two, I say pointing to Catalina and Margaret, you two have been teaching her things. There was another box in front of me, and I did not see it, and boom! I was over like that. Oh,
We have
why
not
do we
been
keep this
teaching
in-
her anything about boxes. We were teaching her knots
Oh,
and
yeah.
perhaps some fencing, but nothing to do with boxes.
Fencing as well. You're teaching.
What?
Again,
She
why do we
wishes
have-
to learn. She has a sword.
Why do you do, Captain? Why do you do this? Why? Did you have some sort of death wish? Why have you taken on these people? Why are you happy to do this? I don't understand.
Are you aware just how bad women like Fate Witches are treated in Castile with the Inquisition? Not to mention Verdace itself.
I am aware, yes, vaguely. I mean,
Like little more than cattle to be traded at the market.
yes, I know that they do have a bad life, but combat that, they have tremendous power. You can't ignore that fact, can you?
What has she done to you?
It
You are alive. You are mostly unarmed. You have tripped, but that is not terrible.
she could be up to no good. We don't know.
You have known her for many days, and she has not armed you.
She is not all she appears to be. But Wojack, I will tell you something. We are a nation and I know everyone in our fine land. I do not like all of them. They came from bad backgrounds and not all are fully trustworthy. But all work towards our common good as it keeps us afloat, duh? We have...
And he grins a little because he's poking a little bit of fun at Wojack here.
We have two of those who practice the dark arts aboard. Most out there will not have a one.
We did at least earlier have to.
As for my conscience, some of the men came from slavery. I see no difference between those men and her, and she is still but a girl with much to learn. Do I trust her fully? Niet. Do I trust you fully? Niet. She knows only what they allowed her to learn. If she is to become something else and not be the creature you so fear, then it will only be by being around other peoples, with other ways different to what she has learned, and to see truth before her eyes.
To do more death and destruction on the seven seas, no doubt.
Wojack, you think she has the power to arm you, so I could stab you. Will I?
Oh.
No, I could. So she could hurt you, she will not.
Okay. I get your point, little lady. I see your point. Very well. Very well. Okay. So,
Anyone on this ship, I suspect, could kill you if they wished.
And I have not woken up with a knife in my back. Well, I wouldn't have not woken.
Catalina raises an eyebrow. She has her hands on her hips.
I do believe that is the most
Her
likely
right
scenario,
foot's tapping
yes.
on the floor.
The way she looks at you, son, I think she's more likely to turn you into a newt.
I do agree.
That would be interesting.
No, it would not. I would not want to find out what it would be like to be a newt. Especially on a ship. You are trying to help her, yes. That is what confuses me. Why are you trying to help her? This is what baffles me.
Why are you not?
Well, you are pirates. You are out on the sea to pillage and murder for all your gain. What entices you to help that little girl?
I will let that comment go. I have never killed a man without cause. I have never terrorized the innocent, nor have I ever stolen from anyone who could not afford it.
You are a different pirate to ones I have crossed before. You seem to be following a code of honor. This is interesting. Much of those are famed to lie with the Buccaneers. You are not affiliated with the Buccaneers or any of them?
Niet.
I did not know this. So there is honor amongst thieves. Very well. And you certainly seem to hold it a lot more. Tell me, why do you have no set person to do your finances and quartermastering? Why do you not have any person who actually does this storeman duty? You seem to be understaffed. Why is this?
We are not a large vessel. We do not access to learned individuals. Some who crew such ships are escaped slaves or from the navy, below the decks. Do not get university here.
I do not know that they are missing much.
Well, that would explain why they are not traveling merchants. But I mean, you...
Many of these ships do not have doctors. We have no learned men. What we learned from the sea, the weather. The scars we have are from our mistakes. And the sea does not let you make many of those.
I see. You know how to navigate and you know how to escape. But I look at your storage and I look at the way that you organize your ship. Do you know how much better you could have things organized? And who does your pay? Do you actually...
Sounds like you are volunteering.
I did not say that I would be volunteering.
You are concerned about the lack. You are capable in this area. It sounds as though you have nominated yourself.
I did...
See, it certainly does sound like he was in volunteering.
I did...
Oui.
Thank you very much for putting my hand up.
I will second his nomination.
I don't think the captain would even be allowed. Would you have a stranger in charge of your stores, Captain? I don't think you would even have it. Oh, and where would I put it if I did try to?
I think Catalina would cut his fingers off.
Catalina's got a smile on her face.
I tell you,
Long, tall Harry, he's on the rigging. He's hanging upside down. I'll third that motion. I don't know what you're talking about. But...
Merci.
Thank you, sir. Very well. For this part of the journey, since there is nothing better to do, I will help you with your stores and your money. I will even see if I can help you barter better negotiation for your business with this wares. I'll talk to the merchant at the other side and see if he can cut us a better deal for the hazard pay or something like that. But I am only doing this because I do want to see my kids at some point in time, and you are the only one I know with a boat.
C'est magnifique. You are hired.
Oh, what have I just put myself up to? Fine.
You cannot complain about a lack of a position if you are not willing to step in.
Very well. At the very least, I am not doing anything different that I haven't been doing for the past few days. Fine. I will help you for this, but only because you don't seem to be a nasty pirate. Well, not the ones that I have crossed. And you can look after the witch. I am not having a bar of that. Oh, no. That's their job. I will go downstairs and I will look after the wares.
I do not think Alana needs your looking after.
I don't think Catalina wants it either.
And I did not wish to do about either of them. The witch over there, I say pointing to Catalina, she's following me around.
I have met 3 witches now, and she is not one of them.
She is a very good witch. That is why you don't know that she is a witch. Exactly. I am looking at her. I am watching her. Anyways. I sound like a pirate. With this sorted, you know what? I am just going to go and find the quartermaster and just get this thing sorted. First order of the day is pay. I'm going to sort out your books for you and make sure that you all get paid properly. for this job. I do like a good bit of money.
Très bien.
Very well. Okay. I will help you. Whatever.
The books are in my cabin.
Oh, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna stop by the galley and get myself some chicken soup. And I'll have a look at
That's
the
all
books.
we eat.
Well, the bard, he makes a good chicken soup. He is a wonderful man. And
He
I'll
is
have a
not
look
a
at your
witch.
books. No, of course not. Witches can't
Are
make
you
good food.
sure?
I am 100% sure. He is beautiful man. He is not witch.
Marguerite will turn to Catalina and say, "Do you suppose he is happier now?"
Hello, ridiculous.
No.
He is ridiculous. But
We
let's see. And she's shaking her head.
I do not know why he is so convinced you are a witch.
Let him think.
Very well. It is certainly more amusing.
It's like her face sort of scrunches up. See? And she's nodding. And she turns around. She's looking over towards the stern of the ship. Is there anything on the horizon?
There's nothing on the horizon.
Has Alana heard this yelling about her? Not that she'd understand it, because it wasn't in Vodachi.
Probably, yes, but she still only speaks one language.
That's true. So she doesn't know it was about her.
Vodachi.
Yep. She only knows Vodachi. And only Wojack and I know Vodachi, I think.
El Shavato knows Vodachi?
I think he did?
So, why is he not talking to her in...
He is afraid of her.
This is most peculiar.
She is not frightening.
The little girl, she is not frightening at all.
No. She is not at all frightening. However, Wojack seems to disagree. And all because she attempted to look into his mind or something.
Oh, Catalina looks a little bit surprised at this. Right. Wait. The little girl, she can do this?
Oui. She said she was simply trying to tell if he was speaking the truth or not.
Catalina ponders this for a moment. I guess we shall have to be careful.
I mean, I suppose. It does not seem troubling to me.
As long as we are telling the truth.
Well, I mean, considering there is a Fate Witch somewhere who potentially will now always know where I am, I suppose in comparison, it is not so troubling to me.
Catalina looks quite concerned at this.
She's already been told about that.
Yes, but you are certain of this?
Alana theorized that is what the spell may have been, that she will be able to find me. She said that my fate is tied to hers. So perhaps I shall not let Wojack know.
This is probably a good idea. But you have told him that you know of 3 witches.
Oui? I did not tell him that one put a spell on me.
Yes. I do think you should keep this to yourself for the time being.
Wait. Well, if not to myself, then specifically away from one individual.
I guess we should go down and find out what the girl is doing. Making sure she's out of trouble.
Where has she gotten to?
Catalina shrugs. Obviously, she is down below after Wojack.
Oh, did she leave when he was yelling?
Oh, was she up? Was she up before?
Well, I was told she could hear him yelling. She just didn't know what it was about.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought she was still below deck, but could hear him yelling.
She was, but you could hear him. It's a small ship.
Yeah.
It's not tiny, but it's small. Like someone's yelling.
So was she below, or was she
Yeah,
up?
she was below.
She was
Yeah, she was
below.
Oh,
below.
okay, she's
Yeah.
below. Then we can go look for her.
Yep. So Catalina will follow Marguerite.
Who will go look for Alana?
And she is doing cannon training.
Oh my god.
Ah. Alana, you are learning to do everything.
See? Yes. Oh no, she's
Oh.
Italian. That's
Are you learning? Are you
No.
learning Castilian
no,
as well?
Maybe she did. She has been around Catalina. She might have worked out. She's still intelligent, so she might have worked out that the simple first things you learn would be things like yes, no,
Yes,
stuff
no.
like that.
Yeah.
So she might have worked out that from watching Catalina.
And Catalina is teaching you Castilian.
And she holds up like 2 feet, just a little. I am learning how to use cannon.
Ah. And how is that?
It's very hard work. Although it's on wheels, this cannon is very heavy.
They are heavy. Do you know what it is they do?
They shoot, and she picks up, not easily. This is a cannonball, and she puts it back. It's like, we have to wheel this cannon back, and then we have to wash it to make sure there's no embers so that the powder doesn't explode prematurely, and then we load the cannon, and then we have to put the fuse in, and then we wheel it back out. Why is it called a gun port, not a cannon port?
Well, a cannon is a sort of a gun.
Okay, well, then we wheel it into position, and then we light the fuse, and then the cannon will fire, and it will get pushed back, luckily, because then we don't have to wheel it back, and then we go through the process again.
Oui.
Catalina's looking at Marguerite, and she's like, cannon?
She has been learning how to fire a cannon.
She looks at Catalina. She doesn't know what she said. She's like, Boomba!
No, Catalina was kept repeating the word cannon that she said cannon, on how she said cannon. And she's like, cannon.
And she looks at...
Although she said it in Vadachi.
Yeah,
She did, but she
because
looks at Catalina
the way Catalina was
Boomba!
saying it was not Catalina. It was the way that the witch was saying
Alana.
it. The witch.
Oh dear.
Well, she's a fate witch, isn't she?
Yes,
She admitted to it
Yeah.
she did.
without any hesitation.
And she wants to drink at a party. That's what she's told me most recently.
Are we going to that party?
I believe we are delivering supplies for a party.
See, we are delivering supplies to a party.
Yes.
Maybe we could take this as an opportunity.
Opportunity 2?
Show the young thing.
I do not know if we are invited.
Catalina looks a little bit perplexed. I guess I usually attend parties, the ones that I am not invited to. So
I have never done that. Is it difficult? to get into a party you're not invited to?
Difficult? No.
No?
It is quite easy.
Ah. I have only ever attended parties where I was invited. And usually, they are quite dull.
Conversation, definitely. Behavior, that can be interesting.
Conversation, yes. Competing over who has the most fashionable shoes for the season, yes. Dancing, yes. Boring.
Oh, you do not like dancing?
Dancing is fine, but when it is interspersed very briefly between long conversations about who is seeing whom and whose dress is out of fashion, it is all very tedious.
This is true.
But I do not know what sort of a party this would be. Perhaps it would be more interesting. I have only been to not particularly interesting ones.
So this is stuff for a well-known prominent person or something? Is that correct? Or?
Catalina knew who it was, apparently. It was
That is
a
correct.
rich guy. Very rich guy.
Roberto di Gustavo.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Well,
Oh. Yes.
I suppose tomorrow, if we deliver the supplies and there is a chance, we could attempt to attend.
It would provide me with an opportunity to catch up with him. I haven't seen him in a number of months.
Ah, do you see this individual regularly?
No. Catalina knows this, or it's well known.
Yes. Yeah, no, to you. Well, I mean, some of it might be as well, depending, but yeah, Catalina definitely knows.
Yeah, okay. No worries. What was Marguerite's question? Oh, do you meet him often? No. No.
Ah?
No.
You
I've only met him once.
You said something to me before about how I should not meet him, but I forget.
Oh, yes. I do remember. He is quite the... how should I say? He is good. They're quite flirtatious.
Ah, I see.
He does love his money and his parties.
Well, I suppose tomorrow he shall have his party if we bring the whatever it was we were bringing, spices and something.
Mm-hmm. Catalina's watching Alana, is it?
Yep, that's her name.
Watching Alana trying to pick up a ball and put it in the end of a cannon.
She has to carry it like a ape.
Oh,
It's so heavy. She's sort of
like bending over.
yeah, and
It's
swinging
quite a comical
between.
sight.
It is.
Aw.
It is. Definitely not the fastest way of loading the cannon, and then it's almost. It is comical. She's definitely like. It's almost like she's overemphasizing the lifting of the ball to then push it into the barrel, and then go and get the large. It's almost. I can't remember what it's got a proper name, but it like basically rams it home into the powder.
Oh yeah.
And then, and she's like doing all that, and they're watching. They're making a lot of. They don't speak her language or very little. It's sort of they know certain words, so it's all through hand motions and that. She's definitely looking tired. It's hard work manning these guns.
So she's doing each gun.
She's just doing one. She's just getting.
They're not
trying to
shooting
get
it,
not
though.
No. Not so much the muscle memory, but just going through the whole routine so that partly it seems to be keeping her busy, so she's not just sitting around with nothing to do and not
I'm
just
curious.
doing rope.
Once they've loaded it, how do they unload?
They have to pull it back, and they can tip the barrel down, and without packing it into the powder, they're not using powder, it will roll and go onto the deck.
Okay.
Otherwise, they have to get to the next port and go, Captain, we need about 24 new guns. We've loaded them all up, but we didn't use powder. We can't fire them and we can't unload them. So, it'll be,
Sorry, we were teaching.
Yep, let's just get new guns. It'll be easier to get whole new cannons and to fix this problem.
Yeah, we needed the 24-pounders, these 18-pounders.
Yeah. It was Wojack's idea.
Yes.
He said we could.
It was more economical for the
Oh, great.
Alana, are you... do you need to take a break? Have you had a meal recently?
I had breakfast, yes.
Ah, all right.
I might as well, while I'm here, learn something. I have no idea how these things work. And Catalina walks forward and she asks one of the guys to explain to her how these cannons work.
Is she also unsure of the word cannon?
It's just she's picked it up from the way that...
Catalina's like, can you teach me how the cannons work?
Mm-hmm.
So they go through the motion, like they've just tipped it so the ball rolls out and she picks it up and apes it back over and puts it on top of the pyramid, and they reset it, and then he goes, normally you put the powder in first. So if it's the first time it's fired, we don't have to wash it out. But any time after that, you've got to quickly wash it out, because if you don't, you can put the powder in, an ember can set it off. That's very bad. So you put the powder in first, and then you ram it home.
But do you put the powder in, just pour it in, or is it in like a little satchel?
No, they're in little sacks. And you ram that in, and then you get your ball, and you ram that down, and you want it really tight. And then, depending on the cannon, some of them we had were wicks. Some of them you have just powder in the pan. I'd like to get the wicks. I think they're a bit better, to be honest. But you work with what you can get. Then you roll it up to the port, and depending on the situation, we might have the gunnery sergeant be calling when we fire, or if things get a bit hectic, which depending on who you're fighting, it usually does, it's left to your own discretion when you see the target, and whoever's the wick guy is the most experienced one on each gun, and he'll be the one that chooses when to fire. Once it fires, the force of the recoil will make it come back. We have these stocks here. The cannon will hit those stocks. Otherwise, it could roll across and hit the cannon on the opposite side, and if there's any crew there, and injure them. So these stocks are very important. And then we go through the process again. But this time, as it's fired, we have to wash it out.
So you do not stand behind the cannon once it fires?
You do not. You do not. You are correct.
I have heard of cannons being used to take out the sails of an enemy ship.
And he walks over and he picks up... It's almost like a cannonball that is split in two and connected by a chain.
Ah.
And he comes over. This is chain shot. Hence the name, right? The chain in between. And this is aimed... It'll spin through the air. It'll make terrible work if it hits someone, but it's really designed to take big chunks out of the mast and the rigging and stuff like that.
She's examining the chain. I would imagine this would certainly rip someone in half.
I can't think of anything more terrifying than naval combat, to be honest.
It's a funny profession that you choose to be in, though. She overrides him.
It's what I'm good at. It's what I'm good at. As long as I can remember, I was on the sea. I'm a son of a gun, born on the gun deck. My whole life has been in the Navy and on the sea. Don't know how to do anything else.
That is fair.
Catalina sort of like reserves backwards, and she's, Surely you jest.
Or with what?
That you do not know how to do anything else.
My entire life. It's always been on the sea.
Why does this surprise you?
I could not think of anything worse.
Than to be on the sea?
See,
Oh. Why?
I do not know if you know, but I did grow up on the land.
So did I.
But when you look out over the edge of the ship, there is nothing but blue.
It's wonderful.
It is a scary thought.
Uh-huh.
No
I love it.
trees. The sound of a robin.
Why do you need the sound of a robin when you have the sound of the waves?
I
There are still birds at sea.
do not know. I think the sea just is stressful.
Boomba! And Alana pulls the cannon back.
So she's pretending that one of the cannons has gone off.
Yep, she's been doing that every time it would have been the firing process.
Oh, okay. Alright. Amusing. I think Catalina's just gonna sit at the end of the gun deck and just watch.
Yeah? Marguerite's not really going to do anything else except keep an eye on Alana, I guess. In case translation is needed.
She seems to be having fun for all the hard work. She's sweating a lot. It is hard work. The pulling of the rope is on the pulley, so it helps. It takes some of the weight, but it's still hard work. And obviously, the ship is moving, so when you're pulling and it goes on an up roll, it can be a bit harder because the cannon's going to be working against gravity at that point. So you think she's going to be sore tomorrow, all the pulling and the lifting. And
Oh, she'll be sore tomorrow.
Yes. And probably have no idea why.
this has certainly been the first time she's probably done proper manual labour.
Well, she'll sleep well.
See, it will make the oh, what's his nationality? It will make El Shivato.
Avalonian?
Yeah, the Avalonian.
We have 2 of them. At least. The bard is Avalonian as well.
Oh, I did. Oh.
And he's been trying to teach Alana some words of Avalonian, but he doesn't speak.
Like bollocks?
Yeah, he doesn't speak any of her language. It's been mostly like soup, and then showing her some soup.
Okay.
And
has she picked up the word soup?
no,
Yes, she thinks it means bowl.
She thinks it means bowl!
and she has picked up bollocks as well.
She likes that one. She tries. It's like cannon. Bollocks.
Do you know what that one means?
It means Wojack.
And who told you that?
And she points at one of the guys on the rigging.
Marguerite won't correct her. Fenric, I understand you are trying to teach her, but perhaps some more conversational words would be useful?
I think she's getting along great. She's made fantastic progress.
I do not know who she will be able to speak to with these 3 words.
Well, Wojack.
She can tell him all about soup and cannons.
Yes. But yeah, she's made great progress. I think maybe I should quit this whole cooking thing and just become a Avalonian teacher. What do you think?
I think the cooking is good, but perhaps you should learn some more recipes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wojack is
And
happy.
the
Is
port,
happy?
it's a full-on port. It's a proper city. It's not a huge city, but it's a decent-sized one. So it's got a quite elaborate dock system, and it takes about half a day before you can get a berth somewhere. And you pull in, and the captain talks to one of the crew, and they jump off and run off. And they secure the ship, and the captain calls to Wojack.
Mr. Wojack, prepare the shipment as soon as possible, please.
Hey then. Okay, I will. Okay, you there. You don't look like you're doing anything. Come with me. You there. You need to get all that rope over here. Get that crate over there and make sure it's off the boat in 5 minutes. The rest of you, unload that boat. And by that boat, he points to the ground. Or to the ship.
The one they're on.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they do. They start arranging the cargo that you've transported over as you've instructed them. And about 30 minutes later, a very elaborate individual arrives. And he comes up to the gangplank and he's like, "Permission to come on board, Captain." And he's like, "Granted." And he's wearing he's got the clogs and the high socks and the capri sort of pants of the era and a long satin blue coat. And he's got the fake hair, the big long wig that they used to wear, and he's got a rather elaborate tricorn that he's wearing on his head.
Is it currently in style or antiquated?
It is a little out of style, but this town is probably not quite close enough to always be up to date.
Does it look expensive?
It does look very expensive. It's frills. He's got frills at the wrist and the ruff at the neck, and he's got a handkerchief that he is holding and a cane. And he doesn't look like he needs the cane to walk. It's totally just for fashion sense. And the coat looks very elaborate satin. It is like reflecting the sun.
Wojack goes up to the captain when he's nearby and whispers, "You know this man?
Yet, he is a representative of the client.
He's only a representative? My Jesus, how much is this cargo worth? My. You have managed to land yourself quite a good deal. I hope you are getting enough money from this man. He seems to have spare."
We are receiving a fair payment for this. And besides, it is much safer than storming a trade vessel. Duh?
I do, good sir, I do. You seem to be crossing into my territory. Looks like I've got competition now. Well, I will make sure everything is tip-top and ready to ship out in proper form. We would not want to disappoint our customer. And Mr. Pirate Man, this is a life you should look at. This is much more honorable and safer for you in the long run. Piracy isn't always the best. Yes, merchant ship is hard, but it is certainly... well, it's legal, for one. If you need help with the talking, I'm happy to help, but for now, I'll make sure that the shipment is ready to go. I'll talk to the porters and have this organized so we can be underway soon.
Excellent. Where's Catalina?
Who's asking?
Me, the GM.
I think the GM is.
She's just about to say something, that's all. So, you'll know where she is. You hear the sound of Catalina's voice yell out, "Bollocks!" from above. She's almost laying down in one of the like sideways on one of the nets up above Wojack and the captain, and she calls out, what's his name? Hola, Mateo.
And he looks up.
Catalina's waving.
Huh?
She's holding on, like, with her left arm, and she's sort of like just using the ropes as support.
Looks at you, and he's like, Miss Catalina?
Si, it is I, Catalina Candela de la Rosa.
What are you doing?
Slides down one of the ropes.
And he waits. He starts his sentence, then waits for you to land.
Mm-hmm.
On the ship. Why are you here?
I have to think about that. Hang on.
She's like, why am I here?
How could I say my previous employer wished to terminate my work experience with them?
You could have put it that way. Yes. You are on a merchant vessel now?
Merchant, see?
Oh, is that what they're calling it?
Catalina's going with it. The ship we are on... the ship did sink.
Sorry.
Catalina turns to Marguerite.
Who didn't say that, because that wasn't in an accent.
Oh.
Yeah, je suis désolé. There you go.
He follows the gaze and looks at Marguerite, but he has no context for this look.
Mm-hmm.
The ship sank. Turns to stare at someone else.
Never mind. Yes, never mind. It's a long story. Enough to say, I am alive and I am here today.
Roberto will be most pleased to see you and know that you are doing well. He's having a party tonight. That is what the stores are for. I am sure he would be most happy if you and a few of your companions would come to his home.
I would be happy to invite a few of my friends along to grace Roberto with our presence. It has been, 7 months?
Yes.
I have some things to discuss with him.
Does the party have music?
Is Fenric just walking into this conversation?
Yeah.
Well, he does in every other game.
He's been listening.
There is, but my employer appreciates musicians.
Well, if it's not too much trouble, let him know that I'll be willing to perform if that is acceptable.
I am sure he will be most happy to allow you to perform. Say 7 o'clock?
That's fine with me. Fenric turns to look at the others.
Catalina shrugs. Seven sounds fine for me. She looks over at Marguerite.
Oui, if we are not required on board.
Was Wojack up on deck?
No. He was down.
He's no.
I thought he was organising stuff.
No, he would be moving between on the deck and below the deck, but mainly probably down as they pull stuff off, counting and making sure that everything's there.
And he hands a writ to the captain, who takes it and says, "Thank you, sir." He then hands it to a sailor that's next to him. "Take this to Wojack." "Aye, sir." And he goes below deck. Without any further business, I will see you this evening. And he gives a courtly, elegant bow.
Catalina does a very formal curtsy
Without a skirt.
without a skirt.
Yep. And Matteo leaves.
Catalina,
Catalina turns to Marguerite. See?
are we going? We are going to a party. These people are very wealthy.
See?
What are we going to wear?
Clothes, of course.
These?
I do see your point. I think we may have to go. Perhaps
Shopping episode.
shopping episode.
Clothes
It's not like we ever do this.
montage.
We-
Are we going to bring Alana? She has expressed interest in attending. Is that a wise idea?
I have no issue with the girl coming along. Maybe an experience for her if she has not done such a thing before.
I warn you, she has expressed an interest in drinking.
Catalina not only looks surprised, but she actually looks tantalized by this comment. This is an interesting development.
She is not allowed to, and so she wishes to.
How old is the young thing?
Isn't 15 the drinking age in certain parts of the world?
Where I come from, everyone drinks wine all the time.
If she's old enough to get married, she's old enough to drink.
I do not believe she is old enough to be married. How old is Catalina?
Not much older than that.
Yeah, to be fair, neither's Marguerite.
But
So
older
it's
than
great
Cypher.
they keep. Yeah, well, it's great that they keep calling her a kid. I'm a couple years older than her. She's so young.
Of course.
Yep. I am so much more
Mature
than,
Yep.
than this child.
than this 15-year-old child. says the 17-year-old. Yep. Catalina does not have an issue with the girl drinking, actually. I think it would be an
well-
experience for her.
I do not mind if she drinks. I mind if she drinks too much and we are not keeping an eye on her. To bring her along?
Mhm.
We should ask. We should ask before we tell her.
Mhm.
In case the answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
Then let us go speak to the captain.
Perhaps it is better to ask forgiveness than permission.
The old ship would notice if she was gone. Have you not noticed how popular she has become?
That is possible.
You are not the only one who has been teaching her new skills. She has been learning to sail, to fire the cannons, to fence, to tie ropes. Everyone has something to teach, apparently. She will become an expert sailor by the time she returns home.
We may have created the next pilot.
A
A
Fate Witch pirate.
Mm-hmm. Jinx.
What do you mean, jinx?
We both
Don't
said
let
Fate Witch
Wojack hear
pirate
you say that.
at the same time. All right.
Well, let's go.
Let's
ask
go
the
ask
captain.
El Capitan.
Oui?
See?
Oui?
See?
Oh dear.
Catalina and Marguerite.
Endless cycle.
Is Fenric following as well?
He's tagging along.
With his pot of soup. I could just picture him just standing behind us, stirring the pot. You know, just...
He does have his accordion.
Soup anymore.
but-
He's got
his accordion. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And where's the captain?
He's on the main deck.
Then let's go talk to him.
By the look on your faces, you have the same look that my wife has whenever she says, "Dear, I love you." It always means she wants something that's going to annoy me.
If we say we love you, does that help our chances? Catalina, it was to you the invitation was extended.
So, Roberta has requested our presence for the party this evening. I do happen to know this certain noble. Not well.
As a doctor, perhaps, not a ship's doctor. Not until now.
Not a... Yes, Marguerite is correct. Not as a ship's doctor, but as someone who specializes in this treatment. I was not always a ship's doctor, as you obviously...
You were not always on a ship.
Yes, I was not born on the ship.
Très bien.
Très bien.
Catalina knows. Montaigne, she knows what I said.
She's just repeated with très bien, as in...
It's very good. It is very good that he is following so far.
Oh, very good.
Oui, très bien.
Well, Catalina does know a little bit of Montaigne.
Yes, but Adam does not.
No. Emily
No.
doesn't know that much. Enough to pepper in it. C'est magnifique. Très bien. C'est vrai.
So yes, we have a personal invitation from Sir Roberto for the dinner this evening, and he has asked or requested that I maybe bring one or two associates.
Duh.
In order for us to attend this party,
Perhaps you better say I love you. This has gone on for some time. It cannot be good.
Catalina's looking... where's actually Alana?
Where is she? Yes. She doesn't understand what you're saying, so...
Oh, well, okay, so she's up on board. So Catalina's looking at her, looking at Marguerite, and then she, like, pulls her hands up to her side and, as in, look at me. This dress is not the most suitable for...
This dress? You are not wearing a dress.
This dress, yes.
Okay. To be blunt,
We love you.
we? Alana would like to attend. And
And
also
we need-
Catalina is going somewhere with clothing as well. We need clothing.
Yes, we need to purchase appropriate clothing for the evening. We cannot turn up as lolly merchants as we dressed as so.
We are not dressed as merchants either.
They are looking for her, duh.
It was a Castilian noble who was looking for her, yes.
Aren't we going to a party with a Castilian noble?
A different one, but we...
Castilian noble that I do trust.
Do we know it's a different Castilian noble?
We?
Okay.
I have met the one that wanted Alana, and he is not the same as the one Catalina has met.
Is it possible that the one the one that you've met could also be at this party?
I do not know. He was the ship that was chasing us as it caught up.
It has not.
Then he should not be here. He was on the ship that we were running from. I do not suppose this party is a masquerade and we can put her in a mask.
I mean, she's a kid. Probably would not look too out of place for her to just wear a mask anyway.
She is not a kid. She is young. But she is not a child exactly. And this at least is something she does have experience with. She is familiar with parties, this sort of thing. We will watch her.
Like a hawk watches the little mouse in the field. I will keep my eyes on her.
I believe she will be pleased.
Perhaps we should dress her in very vibrant colors.
Because she was wearing black before.
Oh, so she's easily found in the crowd.
Well, we don't want necessarily everyone else to be keeping an eye on her as well. I would recommend just fairly standard attire, whatever is the normal dress for this party, nothing that would stand out. Either because it was too ornate or not fancy enough.
Very well. She will remain the mouse in the field. So, El Capitan, do we have permission to go?
He nods slowly with the look of a man who's thinking he's making a terrible decision.
Fenric, are you wishing to come as well?
I'd like to test out my accordion skills in front of some Castilian nobles. I have
Is that not why you were in trouble to begin with?
No. Maybe. But no, this time I'm invited.
My experience with Castilian nobles so far has been interesting. Well, you shall need new clothes as well. Oui?
I have some performing clothes. I don't know.
How did you manage to keep those well captured?
Well, I'm just kind of always wearing them. You don't think what I'm wearing now is good enough?
What is he wearing?
He's wearing almost like, but like kind of striped, kind of loose
Has he got the puffy sleeves?
Yeah. Yeah, and he's got like a hat with a feather in it.
Great. I'm surprised it's not covered in salt.
And salt?
Yes, we were in a shipwreck or two, if you recall.
Yeah, let's try it out.
Exactly.
Okay.
When seawater dries, you get salt.
I mean, it might be. You'd have to get closer to investigate that if you really wanted to.
Catalina, are you wishing to invite Wojack? As some form of olive branch, perhaps?
Oh, to provide me with an opportunity to kill him?
That is not what an olive branch is generally used for. I am slightly concerned by your interpretation of the phrase. An olive branch is an offering denoting peace, generally not murder.
Oh, okay. Just as interesting.
He will surely take it as a slight if you do not.
It's like she's thinking to herself, okay, olive branch. Speaking of which, Where is El Shivato?
He may be below. He was organizing the unloading of the ship. At the very least, if we are to buy new clothing, we may need to request money. Do we have enough? And I believe that would be his area of expertise.
Oh, wait, don't we have money?
You have some already.
I've got written down that I've got 200 silver.
Yep.
And below deck, a sailor walks up to Wojack.
What do you want?
Captain said to give you this, sir. And he hands over a writ for 2,000 coin. So you have to go to a bank. You're familiar with them. There would be definitely a bank in this town.
This must be the earnings from the shipment.
That is correct, sir.
Do you know, has he already divided up for the crew's payment or not?
He has not, sir. That would be the purser's job. That would be you, sir.
Which? Oh, yes, of course. Good. Okay, thank you. I will go do this now. I'm sure everyone wants their pay. Okay. Thank you very much, sailor number 5. I will do this now.
What a charming nickname, Wojack is.
Okay, let's see how many days plus the shipment. Okay, this. Okay, this will take a few hours. I'll go find the rest of the crew. Where are they? Captains. I get up and go towards the captain's quarters, and thank you. He walks in to find everybody there. Oh.
Speak of the devil.
Hello, everybody. What are we doing here?
Speaking?
I can see. About what?
Catalina? Do you wish to elaborate?
El Shivato, we are making plans to go, sure to, let's say buy some clothes so that we may attend the dinner tonight.
Dinner? Clothes?
See?
This is a very fancy dinner, I'm guessing.
Oui.
See?
Oh, yeah. And you say Castilian man?
See?
So, the man who was here earlier has invited him to his party.
It is not his party. I believe he works for the man whose party it is.
Well, that's very nice of him. Ask us, how come he's inviting us? He doesn't know us, does he?
He knows one of us. And Marguerite will look at Catalina.
And I will follow her gaze. No.
You see Catalina, and she's just standing there with a blank expression on her face.
You. He knows you. What? Hey,
See?
where? You know this man. Well, how about that? You know a Castilian noble. So, this one over here, nodding to Marguerite, knows a high, dangerous captain's pirate thingy of the sea who's dangerous and
barely know her. I have met her.
You've met her and survived, so you know her. And this one knows a noble of Castilian descent who has now invited us to his party. Anything else I want to know?
We are bringing Alana?
What? Why are we taking the little witch? What on earth could we
Because she
do?
wishes to attend?
And if your kid would say, I want to go to a party, you say, okay, you can come with me.
I do not have any children.
Of course you don't.
But
Well-
if I... well, to be honest, it would be quite the opposite. My parents would have wished I would have attended more parties than I did. However,
Of course. You are from Montaigne. Okay, wrong example. You, witch, you would not do this to your child, would you? Take her
Catalina's
to
like
somebody.
looking up at the roof.
I do not believe she has any children either.
Shivato, I do not have any children, and I certainly will not have a child that is 15 years old. You are certainly a monster.
Ah, at least you ask permission. Can we take the witch off board?
Well, no,
Says one
we
witch
did
to
ask
the-
that. I mean, Alana asked if she could come.
Oh, so we're entertaining her whims. Of course, because we are a childcare service. Let's go, kids. We're going on an excursion to some noble Castilians' party. Whee! Isn't this going to be fun?
She is a little girl cooped up on a ship.
You understand the little girl is 15 and she is our cargo.
She is
Okay.
not cargo.
That does not make her
Passenger.
any less human.
It does, however, make her under our protection. How do you intend to protect her?
We are going to watch her.
We
We.
are going
See.
to a party.
We.
See.
This is going to be hard.
I'll have
Oh,
to switch. C'est vrai, c'est vrai.
Mon ami.
Oui.
Très bien.
See. Yes, I can speak Montaigne as well. It doesn't get to the
Ah.
point. But we are still... you know what? I'm not going to argue. This is just going to get... Of course. Fine. We are going to take the kid. If she gets lost, not my problem.
Well, we are going to take her, but first we need to go buy clothing.
Yes, we will do. I am not going to go in this tunic. Look at it. It has brown. Who would wear brown to a party? No. Not in today's fashion.
No, it certainly hasn't been in style for the past 7 years.
Catalina literally slaps her forehead.
This is terrible.
She's
But,
shaking
of course,
her head.
The money that we have...
Blue is more in style at the moment.
We will be able to get what we need for this party.
I
However,
think for him, the color should be green.
green
Perhaps.
suits me.
He agrees. You're right, green.
I am glad he agrees.
Bollocks.
Unfortunately,
Well, perhaps
for
yellow.
this party...
Yellow? It could be good.
Are you listening?
Oui?
No.
We have enough money to go to this party. We do not have enough money for anything else. So I will make it clear to everyone who
We
wishes
do
to go
not
to this
need
party.
to attend. We do not need to pay to attend. We are invited.
But we do need to pay for our clothes. And they are not
Oui.
cheap.
See?
We have got enough money to cover for the expenses, except for you, Miss Doctor. Because you are a doctor, you get a little bit more.
We have some money already from our
Now,
last
Shivato, I have
payment.
my own money.
How
She
did you
jingles the
manage to keep your
Purse
money?
at her side.
We were paid after the last incident. I do not know. The burning ship. We were paid.
Oh, that's right. We weren't paid that much. You know how
200?
much a doublet costs?
200
200?
silver.
Catalina's looking at the
200
captain.
she
Like,
is she
like-
expecting money from it?
no, she's like, I'm like with a, I'm sorry this is happening in front of you face.
Why was I? This is why I am that person now, so I can keep track of this stuff. Fine. We will go shopping.
Oui.
I throw my hands
See.
up in the air. Oh, this is going to be a nightmare. First the kids, now this. Oh, at least I
Fenric
get
says
to
he
go
does not
for
need
a
new clothes.
I look to Fenric.
Fenric,
Bard.
I kind of hold my arms apart, letting you see. What do you think? Am I fancy enough?
Fenric?
Oh my god.
Soto.
Who said that?
Alana waves.
What did she say?
Bollocks.
Sorry.
What the? Where did she come from? She snuck up on me. Is this a spell, little one? Can you please elaborate? I say in Vodachi.
You speak Vodache. She is agreeing.
You are agreeing to what, little one? I say as I squint towards her, giving her this.
Whatever it is we're doing. Much activity sounds fun.
Alana, we get to go to the party.
Switching back to Avalonian, have none of you actually asked the little one about this?
We did not ask her if she wished to go because she has previously requested to go.
And now she's just finding out. This is wonderful.
You walked in on us asking
See.
if it was all right, and now we have asked if it is all right, and it is all right, so now we may tell her.
And we're going to let her go dressed as this?
No,
We can
we
tell
are
she's
getting more clothing.
Okay, who was going to pay for the little girl's clothing? She's not that little, you know.
You are the one who is calling her little.
Comparatively to...
Comparatively
You know.
to? I do not believe she is much smaller than Catalina. I do not believe she is much smaller than me, for that matter. How
You
tall
are
is
quite
Alana?
About your height?
Me? So she's taller than Catalina then?
Yes, I think we've figured that. Yeah,
Because
she
I'm
was.
about 2 inches taller than Catalina.
Yeah, Catalina's 5'4", isn't she?
Oh, no, that's Cypher. You're like
that's
5
Cypher.
foot in this.
Yeah, Catalina's 5 foot. Yeah, she's tiny.
So she's 5'2".
Yeah, okay, so she's the same as Marguerite.
No, you're all smaller than me, so...
How tall's Fenric?
Fenric is tall. He's a very large man.
We will have to pay for her, I suppose. She does not have money.
Okay. Well, we can go out and get these clothes. It'd be nice to have a drink at a social place. I could do with the unwind. Captain, how long are we going to be in port for?
That has not yet been decided.
Ah, you wait for us, too kind. And you are not invited? Why was not the captain invited?
It is important that someone of command rank stays with the ship.
Yes, you sound very enthusiastic about that.
There were not specific invitations extended. I believe if he wished to come, he could.
Very well. Well, I will tally up the money and divide it out to everybody. I will do it here in your quarters so you can watch over me if you so wish. But I will get ready to send it to the banking, and once we are done, we will go shopping. I haven't gone shopping for a while now. This is good. Get out with these rags. Ugh. Brown. So, now do that.
Meanwhile, Fenric has been examining his clothes. Are they really that bad? He looks at Wojack.
Yes, they are. Heavens know how you managed to keep your accordion.
Did you hear what he said he was wearing?
Yeah, green puffy clothing. Green puffy clothing that has seen no washing since we've got here. What did you do? I have never seen you take them off. Do you ever wash them? I don't think so.
I mean, we've been
There we go.
sailing. Yeah, more or less. He's also
Okay.
fatter.
It would have been nice when it was fresh. Now it's got rips here. It's got sewn here. If you want to keep your lovely thing, at least get it fixed. You need to have it in tip-top shape if we're going to go up into this place.
So either buy new clothing or tailoring.
I suppose.
We are going to a noble party. Let us dress like it.
Catalina whispers to Marguerite, and a bath.
That would be nice.
See? Have we lost Aaron?
No, I'm. Yeah,
Oh.
you were just talking.
Well, no, because Alana never responded.
She's just watching.
But, okay. She didn't have anything to say when I told her we were going to go get clothes.
She's like excited. She's like, yay!
All right.
Children.
Says someone not much older.
says the other teenager.
We got a younger teenager, some slightly older people, and some actual adults. Huh.
Okay. Oh, you might just get ready, and then maybe find a bar or something that we can use their bathroom facilities for. Get ready.
I would like to wash my hair.
Is it the morning or the afternoon?
Afternoon, I would say.
Alright.
I will fix the rest of this shipment, and we'll be ready to go out by dusk. We will be able to find the night markets to get what we need.
We are expected by 7.
7. Oh,
See?
we have no much time. We must go.
See?
Let's go.
Oh, all right. Alana, apparently we are going quickly.
Oh, it's Wojack.
Okay.
Wojack steams out of the room and heads towards the port.
I guess we shall follow. Unless Fenric's not joining, or
Yeah, Fenric is
Catalina doesn't want to.
Are we anchored in the harbour, or are we anchored at a
No, you're
port?
up the port. I think, yeah, on the dock.
Okay, so we're at the dock.
7th Sea, starring Emily as Marguerite, Shadow as Fenric, RavenInsane as Catalina, Louis as Wojack, Ghost as the teller of stories. 7th Sea is released by Chaosium Games and written by John Wick. Some of the sound come from Sirenscape.com. You can find us at critfail.com.